This woman was just at the police station to clean, but she immediately noticed a mistake in the police investigation. She threw away the lollipop in her hand, and her mind began to work at lightning speed. In an instant, she realized that the police had mistaken the victim for the murderer. When there's a mistake, it has to be corrected. She crossed out the suspect's name and wrote victim beneath it. What she thought was a simple task turned out to have bigger consequences. The next day, the sheriff in charge of the case, Chris, was extremely pleased and promoted Ellie, the janitor, to become a police officer. On her first day as a police officer, Ellie quickly spotted an error in Chris's investigation. A man had fallen from a rooftop onto his car. Based on the investigation, Chris believed that the man had accidentally fallen while dancing or possibly even committed suicide. But Ellie merely smiled without speaking, afraid that her deduction might hurt Chris's pride. She then visited the crime scene and, from the direction in which the phone holder had fallen, noticed a key piece of evidence that the police had missed. Based on the wear on the phone's screen, Ellie deduced that its owner was left-handed. Chris, skeptical, opened the phone. The moment the wallpaper lit up, Ellie immediately recognized it as Michelangelo's The Entombment of Christ, suggesting the owner was a Catholic. The sticker on the back of the phone indicated that the person was also a fan of the local baseball team. None of this matched the victim, which meant there must have been a second person at the scene of the crime. All they needed to do next was to find that second person who had been on the rooftop the previous night. When they went to visit the victim in the hospital, the victim's friend just happened to be in the hallway. Ellie quickly deduced, based on the details, that two of them were left-handed, and one wore a pendant and was a Catholic. But the most important clue was the tattoo on one of the men, which clearly depicted the stitching of a baseball. Chris immediately brought the man, named Jack, back to the police station for questioning. However, Jack refused to confess. When Ellie brought out the phone, Jack was forced to admit that he had been at the scene. Yet, Jack still denied that he had pushed the victim. He claimed that they had been practicing a dance when a shadow appeared and shoved his friend. So, who do you think the real murderer is?